Pisces, hello, it's Star. I'm back here to do your love reading for June 2020. We're starting off with singles. We're going to follow that up with a reading for you couples, and then a reading for those of you who have somebody on your mind but you are currently in separation. Okay, so let's begin, Virgo. I'm sorry, I did Virgo a little while ago. Pisces, sorry about that. Pisces. Okay, Pisces singles. We have look at your patterns in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. So a bit of self-reflection is needed this month. Seeing a pattern, seeing where, relationships have gone wrong. Sorry about that, I just bumped the camera. Okay, Pisces singles. What do we have for you? Pisces singles. Two cards. We have the Two of Pentacles, the Seven of Cups. Oh. Okay, yeah, the Six of Wands, the Two of Cups in reverse. And the Moon, your card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the King of Cups. Okay, so this does speak about relationships that have failed, okay, with the Six of Wands in reverse and the Two of Cups. Now, the Seven of Cups is telling me that there has been a bit of illusion, or self-delusion, perhaps. Also, I'm getting like a bit of frivolity, jumping from one relationship to the other, from one failed relationship to the other. But the Moon is also about cycles, so there's a repetition of cycles. Something keeps happening to you, and so that's why it's important to take a look at the patterns. What kind of people are you continuously attracting into your life? Let's clarify a bit here. Okay, so we have the Three of Wands and the Four of Pentacles. You keep jumping from relationship to relationship, looking for that perfect person, your forever person. And it seems that whenever somebody new comes into your life, somehow they always check all the boxes. Now, obviously that can't be, especially because these relationships have been failing. So you have to take a look at that. Is that something that you tend to do, is to idealize people when they come into your life, to put on those rose-colored glasses and not see their flaws, or where maybe, even if it's not their flaws, maybe it's just areas where you're just not compatible and you tend to overlook that. And that's really easy to do in the beginning of the relationship. A lot of times we just see what we want to see. And that's what it seems to me is happening here. Okay, so we have the Seven of Swords. And we have the Five of Pentacles. So what I feel here is Seven of Swords here. I'm not getting much about deception from, somebody else outside of yourself. I feel like this is deception, self-deception. You are, you do this because you don't want to be alone. Like I said, you're looking for that person that's going to be around forever. And so you tend to overlook the negative. Overlook the possible issues that could arise between you and another person, whoever comes into your life, because we're not talking about one specific relationship. We're talking about a pattern of relationships. Six of Wands reverse. Okay, the World in reverse and the Page of Pentacles in reverse. So again, I feel here there's where it seems you go wrong is that once you see areas where whoever it is that you're with, you see that they're not really a long-term partner, or maybe they're non-committal. Maybe they've shown you certain red flags that you want to overlook. You clearly want to be in this self-delusional kind sort of state. But this is about not knowing when to just let go. Just let it go and move on to the next person. But again, that's kind of part of the issue, is that you are jumping from person to person. It's not the problem that you're going from one relationship to another. It's that each time it seems to you, or you want to believe, that that's the person, that's your forever person, when it's not. So I'm feeling here that what you need to do is just give yourself more time to get to know someone, but maybe it doesn't take you that much time. Maybe, within the first 5 minutes of speaking to someone, you can kind of sense the vibe. You can sense if you're not really compatible. Maybe not 5 minutes, I'm exaggerating, but there's certain topics, ideologically perhaps, or just certain signs of people's love language, their tendencies in relationships, to where you can pretty much figure out whether or not this person is looking for the same things that you're looking for. Okay, so let's see the Two of Cups reverse. The Page of Wands. And the Eight of Pentacles. Yeah, I just see an intense desire on your part to really find a relationship that's going to go the distance. That is your focus. And I feel like you have gotten involved with people who really don't want that at all. Okay, maybe they just want to have a good time. And because they are, whatever, very sweet, very charismatic, very attractive, whatever those qualities may be, that you tend to allow yourself to get swept off your feet, and you want to believe that this person might change. That's the first sign that that's not the right person. If you meet them and you see them as a potential, if only they change this and that, and maybe it's even stupid things. If only they change the way that they dress, if only they change the way that they speak, if only they if you find yourself saying that, that's not the person. Let's see the Moon. Six of Wands and Knight of Pentacles. So again, success, the Six of Wands, for you specifically, okay, for Pisces, is going to be found in taking your time. Taking your time, exploring your emotions, listening to your intuition, feeling out that person's vibe. Don't get all swept up with the passion, with the image, with the excitement. Page of Wands is all about excitement, newness. Okay, so these are the patterns that I feel. This is mostly just kind of a wake-up call, I guess, a message for you to invite you to self-examine. Okay, so that's the reading that I have for you, singles. Let's move on to couples. Pisces couples. What do we have for you? Pisces couples, June 2020. Oh, that was quick. Be in the present and dream of the future. When we dream, everything is possible. It's the number 40, so it's very much, reduces down to the number 4. It's about stability. Let's see. Pisces couples. The Emperor. and the Six of Wands reverse. So I'm seeing a bit of a mismatch between you and your partner. I feel like, Pisces, maybe you've taken control, or you feel like you're in control. You see yourself as being in control in this relationship. I feel that you have big aspirations, big goals. You know exactly where you're going and how you're going to get there. And it's all with, your partner's interest in mind, your family's interest in mind, the relationship in mind. And in your mind, this is about a long-term vision for the future. However, I feel that, this card is telling you to be in the present. So it's okay to have all these goals and dream about the future. But if you look at your partner's energy with the Six of Wands reverse, they're not feeling in control at all. They're actually, you may be dealing with a Taurus. And again, this is about marriage. This is about stability. So there's a big focus on stability long-term on your part, but I feel that your partner somehow is, it's not, well, I'm not seeing yet, I'm going to clarify, but it's like they either they feel inadequate, or they feel intimidated by you, or they feel like they can't measure up to your expectations. Okay, so you have these big goals, and you're not really being in the present and seeing how this affects them, or their perspective, what their perspective may be. So let's take a look past, present, and future. Okay, in the past we have the Chariot in reverse, sign of Cancer. Present, we have the Six of Swords. And future, we have the Ace of Swords. Okay, at the bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Swords. Okay, so I feel like there were some problems between you and your partner in the past, or you have been dealing with some issues between the two of you, where feelings were hurt. I feel like there were interactions between you that, again, I'm feeling a sense of inadequacy, and I feel like it's your partner constantly feeling this way, or feeling this way by conversations that were had, actions that were taken. So I'm getting, Pisces, you are very much driven towards success, and like I said, there's nothing wrong with that. It's great to be like that, but there's something in your approach that that's making your partner feel like nothing is ever good enough. And this may have caused problems in your relationship in the past. Like I said, something happened here with the Chariot in reverse. There was a lack of victory. Let's see. Let's clarify. Oh, actually, I want to get a card for the middle. Be in the present and dream of the future. Okay, so that Three of Swords wanted to come out. That's the energy between the two of you. So you guys are in a committed relationship, in a very stable relationship, but there's a lot of hurt feelings there between you. And we have that Lover's card. Okay, so let's see what the Emperor is saying here. The Knight of Wands in reverse. The Sun in reverse. And the King of Pentacles. So again, I'm feeling here very much a focus on long-term stability, acquiring material possessions, real estate, whatever it may be, building your wealth. There's a strong focus on that on your part. And I feel here that there's also a frustration with things not moving in the direction that you wanted to go in the past, I feel. Okay, so things didn't quite go well. We did have that Chariot card here in the past, so we'll see what that's about. But I feel there was some kind of perceived failure or a failure. Things happen. And so your frustration as a result of that situation has led you to want to take control and take the steering wheel at the expense of, I don't think you're doing it on purpose, but it has been at the expense of your partner's feelings. So let's see. 6 of Wands reverse. The 9 of Swords reverse. The High Priestess, that's you. And the Ace of Swords. For a lot of you, I feel that your partner is kind of thinking that you don't care, that they tell you how they feel, or they tell you how they have felt in the past as a result of certain failures or things that didn't go very well. And there's a sense, here that you don't care because you're not expressing that empathy that they're looking for. And in some cases, I feel here that this has made your partner just want to check out, check out mentally. Also repress, so they may not even, so that was in some cases, okay? So for some of you, they feel like you don't care. For others of you, I feel that they have just, like I said, checked out mentally, and they are deciding to repress whatever they would like to say. They're just keeping it inside. They're keeping it all bottled up. Let's take a look at the 3 of Swords. The King of Cups in reverse. The Page of Pentacles in reverse. And the Lovers in reverse. Okay, so again, with the 3 of Swords, definitely broken hearts. You could have even broken up temporarily. I just feel that somebody's still carrying resentments from the past. I'm getting here that, so the King of Cups in the upright is somebody who is very kind, very loving, very nurturing, kind of keeps his thoughts or emotions to himself, he is a bit stoic in a way, but is very kind and loving. In the reverse, not so much. It's can be very manipulative energy, emotionally manipulative, hurtful at times. And so I'm getting here that there were like missed opportunities when it comes to finances, when it comes to material possessions, just opportunities in general. Missed opportunities where, again, I feel like you may have, King of Cups is your energy, so you may have expressed yourself in a way that was hurtful, and your partner is carrying that with them. They're trying to keep it bottled up, but they are carrying that heartbreak. Okay, so that's what's getting in between the two of you. I feel like there's a desire here, though, presently to move past that, to heal. But let's take a look at the Chariot in reverse. Okay, let's see. The Four of Pentacles. So again, Four of Pentacles is about stability. a structure. It could be a place where you live, work-wise. It could be with regards to career, resources. So there was some kind of failure with regards to that. So maybe there was a loss due to like investments, bad investments. Let's see. A loss of a property or a bad sale of a property. The Three of Wands. And the Moon in reverse. So there was like a revelation. You found something out here that whatever you were expecting for you to be further along in building something, building this wealth, accumulating wealth. There was an expectation here about wealth, about stability, about structure, and what you came to find out, and I feel like this was you who found this out, is that that was not happening. Okay, so maybe your partner had promised you that, you know, for example, this is just an example. Oh, by next year we're going to buy a house, or by next year we're going to be able to have that second child or have that third child. You know, whatever the plans were, the expectations were for the future, it turns out that it wasn't so. And I feel that when you found that out is when you decided to take control. And this is making your partner feel even worse. You know, it's not like they felt good that they weren't able to live up to these expectations from the past. But now they feel like an even bigger failure because now you've taken control of the situation because they weren't good enough. That's how they're feeling. Okay, so Six of Swords. The Three of Pentacles. Okay, so this is good. Things can be changing here. We have the Queen of Pentacles. And the Two of Cups. It kind of, you know, flipped around, but it did come out in the reverse. So I'm feeling here that both of you are coming to some type of agreement that you do want to make this situation better. You guys want to go to a better place in your relationship, and you're both willing to work on it. This is teamwork, the Three of Pentacles. The Queen of Pentacles, again, you can be dealing with a Taurus, Virgo, or a Capricorn, but this is a very nurturing energy. If you look, the Queen of Pentacles is holding a flower pot. So it's kind of like nurturing a little, you know, whenever you have a plant, you have to water it every day, give it sun, you know, make sure, sometimes you have to fertilize it, whatever it is that you have to do to it, but it's like little by little until this plant or this little tree grows into what you had envisioned it to be. But this is along in the future. But it is a situation where we started off with this card. You do have to be present. You do have to water this every single day. You can't just have this vision of this grand plant or this big old tree. If you're not watering it every day, it's just going to die. Okay, so this is you guys getting on the same page and saying, okay, we don't want this Two of Cups in reverse energy to continue. We want to work together to nurture this situation and get to a better place with that Six of Swords. Ace of Swords in the future. We do have that Ace of Swords over here in your partner's energy. So they may be opening up, having a conversation with you and telling you how they've been feeling all this time. Yeah, the Six of Pentacles. This is about reciprocation. So again, reciprocation of thoughts, of communication, so back and forth communication. So yeah, I do feel like there is going to be a conversation that frankly probably should have been had a long time ago. And this will allow you guys to get everything out in the open and be able to move forward. Having a clearer picture where you guys are on a more level, playing field. It's not just you taking control or them taking control. It's teamwork. That's where I see you guys headed. Look at that. Teamwork makes the dream work. That's what you wanted right there, the Ten of Pentacles. But you were not going to achieve that all by yourself, because your partner was not in the right energy. They were kind of in a funk. And so I see you moving out of that funk. And that's actually presently. So you guys may be working toward that currently. But I feel it's going to get even better. The more you talk, the more you communicate, and the more you know that you guys are on the same team and you have that really clear in your mind, that's when this magic starts to happen. And the Hermit. Okay, so these are lessons learned. Absolutely, lessons learned. This is going to make you better, more mature as a couple. So, pretty great reading here. That was for you couples. Now let's move on to Pisces who are in separation from someone. You have someone on your mind, but you haven't seen them, you haven't talked to them for whatever reason. Maybe there was a breakup. You are in separation. All right. Pisces in separation. Two want to come out. We have rest and relaxation is essential. We all have a fundamental need to take breaks. So this break that you are taking from this person, this separation, was probably needed. It's probably for the best. You need to get away from each other, get a new perspective. We have embrace your emotions. Don't push down your feelings or judge your emotions. Yeah, so honor whatever it is that you're feeling at this time, whether you miss them, whether you feel, any kind of animosity, or you're working through some negativity. Let it be. Okay, we have that number 9 and then the 6. You might be finding balance and being able to end some sort of cycle, perhaps. All right. Pisces in separation. Princess of Swords in reverse. So yeah, no communication. You are not speaking. And I feel like you want it this way for now. And we have the Fool on their side. I'm kind of getting a vibe here that they're enjoying, again, having a new beginning. Not having to answer to anyone as well. Okay, let's see here in the middle. Energy between the two of you. The Ten of Pentacles reverse. So yeah, I kind of get that both of you are feeling like this is for the best. There is no long-term future between the two of you. You just there's a sense of incompatibility here when it comes to the long-term vision. Let's see what happened past, present, future. In the past, we have the Two of Cups. presently we have the Seven of Cups. And the future, we have the Ten of Swords. So like I said, it's like you're finding yourself, you're finding balance again, and you know, maybe finding the courage to put an end to this cycle between you and this person. But I do see an ending here. I do feel that this break is going to lead to a permanent ending between the two of you. Right now there's a bit of confusion. So you may go back and forth. You may have days where you miss them, and that's totally normal. You may feel like you might want them back, and again, honor those emotions. Just allow yourself to feel whatever it is that you're feeling. Feel all the feels. Because again, with the Two of Cups here, there was love. There was a special bond between the two of you. And so that kind of muddies the waters. Obviously something happened, otherwise you guys would not be in separation. But yeah, that it may be permanent, and it kind of looks like this person they're already on to something new. Bottom of the deck, we have the Ace of Pentacles, but it's in reverse. So this is a situation that began, it may have had a lot of promise. You may have thought that this relationship was going to go the distance, but it ended up being a dud. Yeah, there may have been a lot of fighting. It's like you guys really didn't get along very well. Okay, let's see. We have the Knight of Pentacles and the Five of Wands in reverse. You want to take your time to be away from this person. You really want to give yourself that time away to figure things out, to stay out of the conflict, out of the drama. There we go, Six of Wands. Yeah, you're trying to figure out what is best for you, what would lead you to victory. And that's why you don't even want to interact with them, because whenever you interact with them again, your thoughts get obscured. You start doubting yourself. And so I just feel here this is something that you want to do, that you just want to stay and not communicate with them just for some time, until you find what it is that you really desire, what brings you passion. I feel like, the passion was lacking. And I'm not talking about intimacy, I'm talking about more your passion for life. It's like they almost suck the life out of you in a way because of things that happen in the relationship. So let's see on their side. They have the Fool, the Page of Swords. So they're meeting new people, talking to new people. But at the same time, I kind of feel like they're still keeping an eye on you. The Ten of Wands in reverse. You see another 10 here. So they have given up the struggle. They just want to be out there, have fun. Like I said, meet new people, talk to new people, get new ideas. And we have the Four of Pentacles. So that's what they're dropping, is this Four of Pentacles. Maybe you guys were in a committed relationship. I don't get the feeling that that's what they want. I feel like, again, they want to be free. Their freedom is very important to them. And maybe they just figured this out. Maybe they tried, they gave it a go to be in this committed relationship. But that may not be their style, or it's just not where they are in life at this point. And that's why we have the Ten of Pentacles in reverse here as the energy between the two of you. Let's pull a couple cards on that. Eight of Cups reverse. So emotionally, either you or them or both of you haven't quite walked away. Emotionally, there's still an attachment. Yeah, you see, death in reverse. You haven't quite let it go completely. There's still an attachment, but we see endings all around. It's just a matter of time, and we see that that is happening in the future here. All right, let's move on to the Two of Cups. What happened in the past? Two of Cups. We have Four of Wands in reverse. You see, so yes, there was a bond. There was some emotion there between you and this person. However, it was never really built on any kind of solid foundation with that Four of Wands in reverse. Okay, you guys had different expectations. You wanted one thing, they wanted another. And it just wasn't enough. Look, Ten of Pentacles. So again, Four of Wands in reverse is kind of the opposite of Ten of Pentacles. So again, one person wanted long-term committed relationship. The other person, not so much. And I feel like the other person was this partner that you're in separation from. But again, I kind of feel like they, at the moment, like when they met you, they got all swept up in this Two of Cups energy, Two of Cups emotions. And they said, yeah, sure, let's go for it. Let's be exclusive, or let's plan for the future. All the while really fooling themselves. They were kind of lying to themselves, because it's not, clearly they're happier just being free and on their own. Six of Swords. So this is called Passage here. The Six of Swords is about moving on to a better place. So both of you had that intention of moving this relationship to a better place. It's just that your vision for what that was totally different. And it doesn't mean that anybody here was a bad person. You guys had just totally different views and expectations. So let's see Seven of Cups. High Priestess, your energy. The Messenger, which is the Hierophant. Some of you could have been dealing with a Taurus. So confusion about commitment. Do you want to be committed to this person? Is this person really the person that you want to insist upon trying with? You're still thinking about that, Pisces. And the Queen of Swords in reverse, but you're kind of leaning towards no. You're kind of leaning towards, you're reevaluating your life, the structure of your life, and you're opening yourself up to other options. If it's not them, it'll be somebody else. So I do feel like you're leaning towards cutting them out of your life completely, and maybe that's why you just still don't want to really connect with them at this moment. Okay, future-wise, we have the Ten of Swords. Yeah, Four of Cups. You're going to get rid of this situation, do away with it, because, look, you're reevaluating. And we are in Venus retrograde, and that's exactly what Venus retrograde is about. So you are in that process right now. And this reevaluation is going to bring you to the conclusion that you're done. Why? Because King of Pentacles reverse. They're just not, they don't fit in your long-term vision. They're not a keeper. Whoa, that fell. Okay, Ace of Wands, it kind of fell, so I'm going to put it back. Let's get another one. All right, Five of Cups and Nine of Swords in reverse. So there are some regrets, maybe because of lost time, pain and hurt maybe that you could have experienced as a result of the whole experience itself, the relationship itself. But you're done with it. You don't want to, have this on your mind constantly, thinking about this person. You just don't want that anymore. You're going to be done with this, and you're going to be ready to let them go finally. Okay, because you just see that they don't fit into your future, and it's pretty much enough of dealing with them. Okay, I hope that you enjoyed your reading, Pisces. I will see you guys soon. I am planning on putting out those whole story readings for those of you who are asking. So look out for those, as well as your finance readings, which will be posted along with this one on the same day. Bye, Pisces. Love you guys.